Hi there, Cancer. Welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and I'm here to talk to you about November. We're going to cover 4 weeks of November, and we're not doing an overview in the tradition of what we do on the first week of November. So what we're going to do is just the one reading for the week of the 3rd through the 9th, and we're going to do all 12 houses one more time and with the tarot. All right? So with that being said, I want to talk to you about the messages from my better guides and angels, because things are coming through that are kind of strong, and they're all for everybody, so I'm just going to share it all right here, right now. We are all one. We are all one. I know you look at some of your neighbors and go, there's no way we're all one. But the reality is that if we can look at the similarities between ourselves and our neighbors especially, we can begin to see that there's things we have in common. It might be as simple as the library we go to, the stores we shop at, the shoes we buy. We can keep it simple, but we have similar tastes in different things, and we have, like, you all live in the same neighborhood, right? You have that in common too. And the fact that you all want to live safely and happily your own way. That's very much so a common thought. And I want you to sort of focus in on that, because we need to be peace this month. We need to be peace. That means just not getting too excited about little stuff that doesn't matter, right? And as we move forward, we're going to want to realize that as we understand other people's feelings, we don't have to push on those buttons. We don't have to mess with those things. We can accept the fact that maybe somebody's feeling bad, or maybe somebody's feeling good, but we don't need to engage, right? We don't need to upset that apple cart. We don't have to mess with that. We just have to remember that there was a time when we felt that way too. So we can relate to them on the feelings. The reasons why we felt whatever we felt that's similar are going to be totally different. But the fact that we can relate that the feelings are the same or similar is something we can grab hold of and be like, okay, I remember feeling disappointed and upset, but I don't need to poke around at that. Or remember when I felt really, really good about how it went. And you can just say, all right, cool, their team won, all right, cool. But you don't need to, like, be upset or out loud. You know, we don't need to get in each other's faces about any of this stuff. We just accept that the other people are feeling something different than we are and go, okay, cool, and move on. So that we are all one, and we're working together, and we're being peace, all right? That's the message from my better angels, for better or for worse. Paying attention to the similarities will help us tremendously to stay in that mode, all right? So I appreciate you listening to me talk about that. Let's talk about the cards, all right? Let's see what we have. I have 4 decks, 1 deck for each week, right? And most of these are repeat decks. Actually, all of these are repeat decks from last month in October, if you were around for that. I'm going to go ahead and lay these cards out. All 36 cards for the first round is going to be where we are in each of the 12 houses. The second will be what's blocking us, and the third will be our solution. And once I do this round, I will stop and light my candle, because I have forgotten to light the candle. Ta-da-ta-da-ta-da! I have a nice candle, and I just want to do the thing and burn the candle, because it kind of keeps the energy in the right place, doesn't it? I like to think so. So I'll take a quick pause and light your candle. This is Rejuvenation. It has orange, blood orange, I believe, and it has clove bud. Yeah, nope, sweet orange, pardon me. So we have sweet orange and clove bud, and that's wonderful. It smells delightful, and I wish you could smell it through smell-o-vision. But we're not there yet, now are we? All right, so I'm going to keep putting out the cards. So yeah, last month was pretty cool. We were all flexible. We went with the changes. Lots of things were happening. So it was good that we did all that flexibility stuff. I think it will help us this week too, or this month, to stay flexible. All right, cool. Of course, our final round, our solution for this particular week in all of these little departments. It's going to be quite good, I think. And there you go. All right, let's talk about you. Let's talk about yourself. What's going on with you, Cancer? What is yourself going through individually, all by yourself, inside your head, right? This is what's happening inside your head. We are talking about how you're feeling like you have a lot of options and possibilities in front of you, which can be a very hopeful space. But I can also see that you might be having a little confusion, even though you have a very specific path you want to take. So this is your specific path, and this is one cup that's going there. While the other ones may not be going in the right direction, they look like options, don't they? They kind of come across as possibilities, and we want you to pay attention to what they are, and sort of think them through and figure out if you can use them or not. Get rid of anything you can't use and move on with the rest, all right? So try not to over-obsess about things that aren't working, all right? Ace of Swords is blocking you, showing me that you are not in a position to be in complete control right now, and it's kind of making you nuts. So you are definitely feeling like less than empowered in this moment. So you're like, okay, lots of options, not very empowered, I don't have all complete control of the situation. Right? I feel the a little growl in your voice as you're dealing with the situations around you. Like, wish I had more information. And in fact, here it comes, more information about ways to make more money. Okay, so while you're having options and possibilities, they might be possibilities about way to make more money. You're getting new information about it. It's going to be helpful to you, and all of this is empowering information. But it doesn't look like you want to take control over anything, like someone wants to maybe put responsibility in your lap, and you're like, wait a minute. I need more information about all these opportunities before I choose the one, because maybe you're not a person who enjoys being in charge. So you'll choose one that doesn't have you in charge, but there's one that does, and so I can see that one trying to mess with your head a little bit. All right, let's talk about your money. All right, this is your money department. We're going to talk about that. Foundation of your heart. We have lots of things are going on here that are solidifying things for you. Things are coming in more strongly, and you're going to be in a position to straighten things out a little bit, right? Things are getting straightened. Yep. Options over here are going to help you straighten out your finances, so that's good news. I know they come out as cups because, well, you kind of love the money and stuff, and you love what you do, so that comes across as a heart, as a cup like that. This card here is talking about how major moves in this department aren't really going to help or change anything right now. So making a major move with your heart center, your foundation of your heart right now, you just sit still with it. I think sitting still with it is going to be the answer, as opposed to trying to make it portable or do anything with it or go to another location or whatever. Sit still with it. Don't move your money around, right? This is something you've been thinking about, but don't move it, all right? Moving it will block you. And we have the Queen of Cups showing up as a lady who's emotionally based, who's going to have a lot to say about what's going on right here. She may be the one giving you some advice here. Interesting that Cups are showing up in your money department. But be aware that you are in control of the situation, and you shouldn't move your money right now, okay? Just saying, it'll block you. Communication, let's talk about that. 10 of Cups. Lots of family talking right now. There's a lot of family talking about what's going on with you, and I'm not sure why they have so much to say or why they're having an opinion about what you're doing, Cancer. It seems like an odd thing for them to have so much to say about you all of a sudden. Maybe this has been coming. Maybe you've been putting feelers out for where you might want to be or who you might want to hang out with later on. But you're getting a lot of feedback back, all right? There will be something in this mix that you'll need to let go of. The death card here is saying, yep, well, you had a plan where you wanted to maybe go see all of them, but not all of them are going to be where they need to be at the right time, so you're going to have to like, go, okay, well, let me regroup on my map, all right? Let me change the map around so that I visit here, here, and here instead of all the way around, because I can't, not everyone's going to be home, so I don't need to pop in over there if I don't need to, unless I just really, really want to go visit there. So you're regrouping with your communication. You're making new decisions and letting certain things go. All right. This could also be work stuff. We were talking about the confusion of work, so this could be work stuff for you, where you're coming up with a plan about where to work. Maybe you'll work here, here, and here. You have to let certain things go. Okay. But you're going to be fighting for your heart's desire in the mix. So yeah. You are going to definitely be making a decision about where you're going to work, how you're going to work, and what you're getting rid of, all right? And you'll have to stand up for that point. You're like, okay, this is what I decided, and this is how it's going to go, all right? I really do think this has more to do with work than family right now. There's too much happening over here. So, yeah, you're going to fight for what your true decision was, and everyone will be like, oh, interesting. Hadn't seen that coming, Cancer. Fascinating. And that's cool. They didn't have to see it coming. It's not theirs to worry about. Let's talk about family. All right. Now we will talk about your family. And your family is saying, hey, interesting. They're going to make you fight for your worth and value with them. Interesting. So you have to stand up to them and say, hey, this is what I can do. This is what I can't do. Da 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 da. And you're like, interesting. Considering we were just talking about that as possible family communication. It's a karmic lesson for you. Interesting that you've had to stand up for who you are within your family more than once. The fact that they continue to make you battle to be worthy of them. Isn't that weird? You're just family. It's blood. That's it. You got it in your veins. That's it. You're family. Ta-da! It shouldn't be something you have to fight for. So I'm sorry about that. That really kind of blows. But it's a karmic lesson. It's something that you've been doing for many, many lifetimes. And now we want you to step up one more time. And honor and appreciate who you are as a person. But in that moment, I want you to be in faith. All right? I use the F word carefully. Understand that who you are as a person and what you believe is as important as anybody else's. So if you want to do, and if you feel like having to fight for who you are and your worth and value with these people makes you kind of crazy, or maybe you're like, well, it's really not worth my time anymore. And you feel in your heart and you have faith that the ones who really matter will come and hang out with you, or will allow you to come and hang out with them. Go with that, right? Go with the people who want you, and worry less about the people who don't. I know it's a little painful. There's a little pain in this situation for you, because no one should have to fight for their spot in their family, right? You're just there. You were born there. That's kind of your spot. That's it. You know, you shouldn't have to fight for it. But in this situation, have a little faith. Have a little notice about how the big guy will provide for you what you need, right? So your beliefs about who each of these people are, you may find that separating them out is truly the answer, is that if you want to see them, you don't want to see them all together. They're probably better one-on-one, really, anyway. So that could be the solution there. And know that if they don't work it out, they probably weren't worth hanging out with anyway. So interesting how it should be them fighting for you, their worth and value with you, instead of the other way around, I think. That's just me. All right, but here we go. Let's now talk about the passions department, right? I used to call it the love department, but that got confusing with the marriage and partnership space. So now it's a passions department, where everything you're passionate about, what's going on there? Ooh, Nine of Cups, getting your wishes fulfilled. Yeah, you're going to get to do the thing that you want to do the most. Yay. Isn't that interesting? It has a lot to do, I think, with what's going on over here in your work, in your money department as well. It's funny how all the cups came up. Two of Cups is going to be blocking you from doing what you want and having your wishes fulfilled. So if you're in a relationship, your relationship is going to not be down with it. You're going to be like, hey, what about us? What about us? It's like, well, eeks, right? But you're going to have a big idea. Perfect. You're going to have a big idea about how you can integrate those people, right? Integrate them into your hobby somehow. Whether it's fishing, you bring them out and hook them up. It'll be fun. Or it could be that you've decided that roller skating is your new passion or painting is your new passion, and you'll set them up with their own easel and let them play too. It's good. I think that you're going to find a way to integrate your person and alleviate the block from what you getting your wishes fulfilled. Nice. Love that. Let us talk now about your work and your health, all right? So at work, there's going to be this King of Cups. This King of Cups is an emotionally based male energy person who is going to be the boss of you right now. This isn't someone new to you. This is somebody you know very well. That's nice. I like to see that you've worked it out so that you can do this job with this person. I think that's the choice you made over here, is to, when you had options, you were like, oh, should I do this or that or that? And they were like, oh, I have this old friend I can go work with. So you're going to go work with the old friend. All right. And when it comes to your health, there is going to be an emotionally based male energy person who is going to be telling you something about your health. This could be your doctor or somebody else who has some inkling of what's going on with you and your personal health. So they will be somebody you want to listen to. All right. The High Priestess, following your intuition, is going to be very important at this time. However, it will be blocking you at work, so you're not going to be able to follow your intuition to understand what's going on with your boss. I'm just going to have to ride the wave and see what's going on with this person, because they seem different. They seem a little different than they were last time you saw them, so you're going to like, oh, my gut is off. I thought I understood what was going on, but I don't. Weird. And interestingly, with your health also, your intuition will be blocking you because you think you know what's going on with your health, but your intuition is lying right now. So you have to listen to the guy. Okay, listen to that guy instead. He knows what's going on with your health. You don't. All right? He's a professional. Let it be okay that he's a professional and he knows his stuff. All right? Now then, things will get fair and even. All right? Justice was going to come into the play because if you just let this guy do his thing, this guy is going to make sure you have enough people, enough stuff, enough work to take care of everything, so everything will even out and it will be fair. All right? I know that you actually took a risk by taking the job with this guy, and you were uncertain when you walked in. You were like, I don't know what's going on with this guy. It's kind of weird. It's different. The vibe is different, so I don't know what to expect. But it's going to work out and be fair, very fair for you, so don't worry. All right, Cancer? And now, finally, we're going to look at your health situation. And yes, if you can put aside whatever your gut reaction is to what this King of Cups is telling you about your physical self or your medical self, things will even out and get better, all right? So don't trust your gut. Your gut may be the thing that's off. So do what they tell you, and it will help you, all right? You will feel better, all right? You may have to change your diet up a little bit, get your gut back in order. It will help tremendously, all right? So let's talk now about your relationship department. This is relationships and partnerships. Yeah, buddy. We have the Six of Wands showing that you're able to take your ideas and share them in your relationship. You're definitely creating some light in a dark area when you share your ideas. So you're becoming more open with your partner, all right? And I like that very much. It'll help them understand and know you better, and that's what relationships are all about. The Seven of Swords is showing that and it's blocking you to take back your power, to trying to take your power back in this situation with this relationship is probably not helpful. So try not to worry about it. Don't try and be in control. Let things be what they are. Allow this to be a very good, happy situation. And I think it will be a very good, happy situation, all right? As you become vulnerable by sharing your information and what you know, you won't need to be as in charge. And that's kind of nice. I know. Because this person will have a better idea what your preferences and what your likes and dislikes are, and they won't be pushing your buttons as much. And all you had to do is let them know what's going on, what was your past experience, and how do you feel about all that. Okay, cool. So the more open you are, the less you have to be in control, because you're actually manifesting everything you want. The Empress is here to say, yeah, you being open and honest about what's going on is the solution to this situation. So that's interesting, right? Love it. Very well done. Good job. All right, so we're going to go to the release death department. It means we're getting rid of something that doesn't serve us anymore this week. We do it every week, so there's always a little something on the chopping block. We have the Hanged Man. So we have preferences about how we like things done. We want everything to go a certain way, maybe. We're a little more swordsy than we like to talk about. But the answer is, don't get hung up, because it's going to stop you from moving forward. This is about you being more flexible in this particular moment. All right? So be flexible and see what you're releasing, maybe. Starting and stopping something this week isn't going to work out for you. So you aren't going to be able to start a new routine or stop a new routine. You have preferences that you're getting hung up on. No starting, no stopping. And the Five of Cups. Remembering past relationships and how things went in past relationships to move forward, okay? That way you don't repeat old behaviors and hold yourself back. But I do see movement, because the horse is always about movement, and we want you to be aware that you will be moving forward in some way. But you'll have to release. The starting and the stopping is going to block you from letting go of your hang-ups, all right? So maybe let go of your hang-ups so you can start and stop. But remember those past relationships as you do, all right? Cool. Interesting. Let's talk now about travel and movement. Travel and movement, what's going on there? Well, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Nice. Your work is taking you somewhere. You are going to be moving around because you're working, okay? So your work is going to take you maybe out of town or to another location that you haven't worked in before, that's a little further away than you're used to. You're aware of it, you're paying attention to it, and you're like, oh my goodness, right? We have the Ten of Wands, showing that what will block you is that you trying to take your ideas and go on your own is going to mess it all up. So when everybody is traveling together with work, stick with the crowd, okay? Stick with the crowd. Don't try and do this traveling on your own, because I guess you'll get paid by the company to stay at this odd location, but if you try and do something else, you will do something else and you won't get paid, all right? That's not great. So if you stick with the crowd and you go with the work, you have all the tools at your disposal to take care of everything you need to, okay? You're going to be just great, all right? Well done. Very nice. Like that very much. What's going on over here? We are talking about your ambition department. This is where all the things are that get you up in the morning, okay? What wakes you up in the morning? This is me holding a cup of coffee. We're going to see this regularly in this area, okay? So what's your mental cup of coffee in the morning? This is new information about things that you care about coming your way. Ooh, yes. You're very excited about what's happening in your relationship stuff. Very excited. There's lots to be excited about. Very nice. Things are coming out. Very nice. Oh, and your foundation in your finances is getting stronger, but it's also blocking you from doing what you want to do with your relationship, of course, because we just found out you have to leave town for work. Ah! Eeks, arcs, oops, right? Well, you're going to have to talk your way through this with your person, your new relationship person, and say, look, I promise you, I'm really just going to work. I'm really not doing anything weird. Everything is fine. I really, really dig you. Don't freak out. Everything is great. I really am going to be calling you once a night, and we'll talk for a few minutes, and we'll make sure that we're all on the same page. Okay? So figure out ways and means to break this person's tape, because their tape has them losing people on a regular. I feel like this is somebody else's tape, not your tape, right? Because you got information that's empowering for you in the relationship. Nice. Things about, yep. And now financial foundation blocks, and now you have to break their tape. Their tape tells them that whenever somebody says, oh, I have to go out of town for work, they're cheating. So you have to clarify that that's not the case. Call them every night. Do some weird new things that you're going to find very interesting and kind of lovely in your own way, because you're manifesting this new relationship at an awkward time, but it's going to be okay. All right? So let's now talk about what's going on over here. This is your friends department. What's going on with your friends? Queen of Wands. There's a like-minded person, feminine energy, who's going to be showing up this week. They may just be saying hello, or they may be, you know, saying, hey, let's hang out and do some stuff, and how's it going, and da-da-da. And you're like, well, interesting timing. And they've got you nervous because they're like, hey, I have a new girlfriend. I can't be hanging out with new or old lady friends. I need to not be cross-pollinating myself. They already have issues worrying about being cheated on, so I have to keep breaking the tapes, and part of that is not hanging out with the ladies, all right? So, remembering lessons from your past, you're going to make some boundaries with your friends, and know that it'll be all right. I think your friends will understand and be like, no, dude, carry on. You do you, and have a good time with your new relationship. Make sure everything is sweet and kind and cool there, and everything is a-okay. But yeah, I mean, you guys can have phone conversations or whatever without it being weird and cranky, and maintain the friendship without it being a problem with her, right? So you don't want to mess it up with the new girl, and you might want to explain to the new girl that there's other people in your business or whatever you're doing that are not the same sex, and that everything can be different, right? And it doesn't have to be a woman that you're talking to. It could be a feminine energy man that could really put a crumple in somebody's nose if they're thinking like, what are you doing hanging out with all them dudes? Like, it's all good. Don't worry about it, man. They're all, like, some of them are gay, some of them are not. Doesn't matter. Everything's fine. Why are you tripping, boo? Everybody's a people, and we're all doing the people thing, so it's all good. Don't worry about it. Okay, so let's talk about the unknown department. The unknown department is something going on over here. Cards that are actually going to have something to do with multiple houses, right? So multiple placements, and we'll see which ones they are. 8 of Wands. We have the 8 of Wands. Everything is speeding up. I think you're speeding up in the money and work over here. Things are speeding up for you in friendships and relationships and family. Certainly in relationships here, friendships. Everything is getting faster. Certainly this trip here has come up quickly. And you're like, oh, dang, I'm leaving town for work. Wait a minute, I didn't expect that. Sorry, lady. Or sorry, new partner. And you're trying to calm them down. Calm it down, calm it down. Hurry up quick. Got to make all this stuff happen quickly, all right? Okay. Rallying the troops. Rallying the troops is going to be a little difficult, all right? It could block you in many places. So getting other people on board with your finances could be difficult. We were talking about having to fight for your heart's desire over here in the communication department. And even getting some justice over here, you might have to rally around and get busy with stuff, right? And here you got your relationship stuff. You're going to rally some people, get people on the same page. Let's do this. All right. But yeah, things are coming together as you get people together. All right. So don't worry so much. You won't have to do it alone, but you definitely have to get on board here. Otherwise you pay out your... So the Three of Swords shows up as our final card, showing us that, yeah, no, you're going to be getting new information here, there, and everywhere that's going to be empowering for you, and you want to keep it to yourself. So whether it's with your new partner, with family, you want to keep some of that information to yourself. Certainly with the boss situation, as you're appreciating the new boss, but not able to read him or her the way you used to. With your money, for sure, and friends, and definitely the relationship and work, okay? Cool. Movement. I mean, this is movement and travel, sorry. Excellent. Very nice, Cancer. So yeah, look at all that good stuff going on. You have a lot happening. So it's going to be great. I think you're going to have a good time. I think we all really do have this many plates spinning at all times. So it's always like this. We just kind of put things... We're like, okay, we'll put that aside, we'll put that aside. We compartmentalize ourselves so that we're here right now instead of everywhere at once. But actually we have everything going on back there anyway. So I appreciate you all, and I really hope that you will like and subscribe and share my channel, because I do appreciate one and all of you. You all matter very much to me. Thank you so much for being here. I know you have choices and options, and I hope you'll come back next week. So that you can see what's coming up for the 10th through the 16th, all right? We'll talk then, and until then, thank you.